Hello to all of my Aries. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. All right, Aries. The moon is in your sign, right? The moon is in your sign, Aries. It is a waning crescent moon in your sign. This video is for Friday, June the 20th. Through the 27th of June, but you're probably watching this video on June 19th. So it could affect your head, your teeth, your tongue, your arteries. So you want to pay attention to those parts of your body and make sure that your water is not low, meaning your mood is not low. Want to make sure you know what your moon sign is. You all rule first house. First house is all about, your personality, your temperament, your appearance, your self image, your first impression, your self-awareness, outlook on life. There's a lot going on in the world. As usual, there's a lot going on, as usual. No matter where you are, this is a world wide web. So I don't know who I'm speaking to all over the world. There's always something going on in the world. And you want to make sure your cup of water is full. That's your moon sign. So that your tide is high, right? So remember, the moon has an affinity with water. You want to know what your moon sign is. You want to make sure you're properly pouring into yourselves so that if your neighbor is going through something, if your spouse or partner or your kids or your colleague or someone is going through something, you are in prayer warrior mode, not playing their God. You know what I'm saying? Or not letting them play your God. You are in prayer warrior mode instead. You're not being impulsive, right? A high vibrating Aries is courageous. They're energetic. They're pioneering. But a low vibrating Aries can be impulsive, aggressive, and also impatient. And so again, it's what's most important is not to play other people's God, but to know that they have access to tapping into themselves and calling on source within, right? So that you are making sure that you're not pouring from an empty cup, right? And not taking on someone else's energy. So the waning crescent moon in Aries is a time of inner reflection, emotional release, and preparing for rebirth. We're at the end of a cycle, right? And so you want to learn how to properly, as we move into this new moon in Cancer, you want to learn how to properly mother yourself, but you also want to teach other people how to properly mother themselves. So you want to learn how to live a softer life. And so you're moving into learning how to live a softer life. So you're teaching other people how to live a softer life as well, right? Can't be there for everybody all the time. And some people will force you to be there for them when you haven't even been there for yourselves, right? So, like I said, waning crescent moon in Aries is a time for inner reflection, emotional release, and preparing for rebirth, but with a fiery twist. Aries energy brings boldness, it brings courage, instinct, while the waning crescent invites a quiet surrender and healing. Together, this moon phase is ideal for releasing impulsive habits and resetting your drive and realigning with your soul's purpose. So, in terms of letting go, let's set the tone for your reading. Let's set the tone for your reading. What bold action or habit is Aries being called to release right now? And that's one of the things that you're releasing. You're releasing feeling the need that you got to go race to everybody's aid and play their God. The cycle is over. You're learning how to just move on. You're learning how to just move on. When cycles are over, when a relationship is over, friendship, job, whatever, you're saying, you know what, I just release it. I give it over to source. I give it over to God. I give it over to, higher power. I just give it over. No matter who's in your ear, projecting whatever they're trying to project over to whomever, whatever, you're moving on. Letting everybody know, listen, I give it over to God. Give it over to source. You're not trying to play God, even though your card is the Emperor card. You're saying, I'm just giving over to God. Doesn't matter what your zodiac sign is. I'm speaking to all parts of wherever Aries is in your birth chart, because people will project onto you what they would have done when the cycle job is over. Oh, I would have told the manager off. I would have done this. Listen, they don't know what they would have done. People don't know what they would have done. They're projecting on something. People are projecting on you what they would have done. The cycle is over. You're trying to live a softer life. You're not trying to have, you got to remember your card is the Tower card, right? And what's hidden in the Tower card is um, you and Scorpio actually share a Tower card, right? And remember that what's hidden in that is one of Scorpio's ruling planets is the Judgment card, which is currently retrograde. So people are judging you for how you close out cycles as if it's them, right? That's why you want to slow down. It's like, hold on, how are people judging you for how you closing out cycles? Because you're a prayer warrior. You trust source. So you teaching people as a high vibrational Aries, hey, you trust source. When the cycle is over, you learn how to move forward. You're getting spiritual downloads. You know how to stay focused, right? So you're closing out a cycle with two situations and moving on. You're actually inspiring energies. So prepare for new knowledge. This is an alert from your guides. Your angels are indicating that you will be receiving new information in the form of realizations, wisdom, and emotions. Sit in meditation and focus your energy on opening your crown chakra, the top of your head, in preparation for this divine light. Picture loving light flowing into you with ease through the top of your head into an entire being. Yeah, you actually are inspiring people, like, and so you all, like I said, rule first house. You all are a cardinal sign, you are a leader sign, you spring forward, and somebody is ready to live a softer life. And so there are going to be some people who are shocked to see that a lot of, and not just talking to your sun, moon, rising in Aries, I'm talking to wherever Aries is in your birth chart, that if you had slowed down, a lot of your prayers have already been answered. A lot of your prayers have already been, if you just really slow down and pay attention, a lot of your prayers have already been answered. Somebody just haven't really slowed down and smelled the roses, right? So let's get into your reading. Let's get into some tarot here. This is the Light Seers deck for those of you all who are, wanting to know. This is the Light Seers the deck here. Yeah. So how can Aries peacefully close a chapter that began in a fiery conflict? A lot of this has to do with who you are chained to. See this number 8 right here? It looks like an infinity symbol when you turn it to the side, right? And 8 is a karmic number, right? So you could have been tied to someone else's karmic cycle. And that number 8 connects us to Scorpio. We're not talking about any Scorpios that you know, but Scorpios rule 8th house, right? So if you're tied to someone else's belief system about something and you don't know that you're tied to their karmic cycle, you got to remember your energy is directed outward. Scorpio's energy is directed inward. They're a fixed sign, you're a cardinal sign. Cardinal signs actually initiate change, like the change of seasons. Like, so you all initiate springing forward, right? So we got 4 cardinal signs. We have you, we have Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn, right? So people look for cardinal signs to lead the beginning of something, like, close out cycles. Like, when we're moving from winter to spring, people are looking for Aries to spring forward, right? So people are looking for Aries to be the leader in the pack, not the followers. People are looking for you all to be the leaders in the pack. So it's almost like no matter whether you're the first child in the family, middle, last child in the family, it's almost some sort of like an unspoken, like, when you look back at it, people are almost like looking at Aries to be the leader in the friendship groups. When you kind of look back over, a lot of you all by default were the first ones in your family to start families, go to school, start a business without even thinking about it, leave home. Just the first ones to do things, right? Whether people criticized it or not, they looked at it and said, oh, this person, they were courageous, they were bold, they were, but if you didn't slow down and smell the roses, right? So be the first one to get some spiritual downloads and get focused, right? So that's why somebody is now saying, okay, I'm starting to see the beauty in having the courage to kind of sort of sit down and learn how to be in receiving mode, right? So yeah, here's a star card. Somebody is now thinking about their future. Somebody's now starting to think about the future and how you've had impacts on people. I mentioned this one time before, like you have an impact on somebody has had an impact on their family, their kids, their friends, all of this just by you just kind of sort of springing forward. Some of you all have had conversations with your kids, your family, just your actions alone have inspired your kids to kind of get out of their comfort zone and relocate or start businesses or do this and do that. And you sit back and think, oh my gosh, you did that. Like, oh, wow. Just a conversation could have inspired somebody to read a book, could have inspired. A lot of Aries don't even, sometimes you all don't even see through the lens that other people see it. So inner fire and reflection. Source, how can Aries preserve their inner spark without burning themselves out? A lot of it is just sitting down somewhere and just getting some spiritual downloads. The cycle is over and just move forward. Starting to see things from a higher frequency. This right here. Resolve something in your spirit. Sometimes people don't even realize they got a guardian angel and don't even realize it. An earth angel. Can't even see it. Too many distractions around you. So somebody could just learn how to leave all the distractions behind. Somebody needs to just leave all the distractions behind. Yeah. So somebody has a lot of ideas. Moving forward. And that's why you're just letting go of something. You're just letting go of something while you're getting some spiritual downloads. You're closing out a cycle with two energies and just moving on, right? So where have Source, where has Aries been pushing too hard and what does Aries need to surrender, right? Yeah, somebody really, in terms of love, you need to go with God's flow. Somebody needs to really go with God's flow. Go with God's flow. Go with God's flow. This is what Source is trying to tell somebody. The cycle is over. Move forward. This is a fresh new beginning and start. You've been paying the wrong attention. You've been paying wrong energies too much attention. You literally been paying people money to do things when Source is like, no, I'm trying to put money in your pocket, but you're physically paying energies. It's like somebody is paying energies to do something where Source is putting free, like it's like Source is putting energy, like free resources right in somebody's face to say, hey, look, I'm putting energies in your face that's giving you free knowledge where it's actually putting money in your pocket. Okay. Come on now. Out in the sunlight. Somebody is telling you, get some rest during the day. Get your rest during the day. And you're actually paying people for something. Somebody's giving you something for free and they making money. So Source is saying, yeah. So yeah, the cycle is over. Somebody is moving forward. So some money is coming to you. Money is coming to you. Yeah, somebody's gonna feel like they hit the jackpot. Somebody's gonna feel like they hit the jackpot. Because now somebody's gonna feel like when you sit around and you feel like you're sitting around a divine group of people, it's going to feel like the divine, meaning Source, put that group of energies together. It's like Source brought a group of people together during the day. So you're not only balanced out, you have a lot of ideas moving forward about some things. You're not having to shell out a lot of money. It's just conversation. It's just, like I said, somebody is feel like they hit the jackpot. You're getting spiritual downloads. Ideas are floating around. Yeah, somebody's just closing out a cycle. I mean, for real. Something is coming through fast for you. I mean, yeah, something is being closed out. I mean, the energy is high vibrational, and ideas are coming through fast. And it's because somebody is out in the sunlight. See how this person right here, using my water and out in the sunlight, high vibrational ideas. Yeah, somebody has an innate spiritual understanding of things, of how things work. So somebody having a total recall of some things. Whenever I hear total recall, I think of the book by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, no, it's the movie Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he actually wrote a book entitled Total Recall. And y'all know how, like on my table, if you saw the previous setup, there's always a book on the table, right? So I have a lot of books. But the book by Arnold Schwarzenegger, Total Recall, is an excellent book to read. Not doing a shameless plug here, but it's really a good book. Uh, but somebody is actually having a total recall of the purpose, like the reason why they're here. No matter how much you may feel like people are trying to program you to do something else, um, you're kind of starting to wonder, like somebody is like starting to remember, like, why, what is the purpose? Like, why are you here? Like, what are you here on planet Earth to do? A lot of you all are, um, a lot of you all are here to just kind of sort of like inspire people. Like a lot of you all are prayer warriors, like really inspire people, right? Helping people to turn a light on within. Like here's a hermit mode. A lot of you all have inspired people that source is within them, right? So here's the hermit card. Yeah. And don't even realize it. So healing and courage. How can Aries transmute fear into self-trust? How can Aries yeah, so somebody is definitely leaving distractions behind. Yeah, you're definitely leaving distractions behind. Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely leaving distractions behind. Um I'm seeing light high priestess energy here. You're going into hermit mode, so a light can turn on for you. Here we have Page of Swords. Whatever whatever anxiety you may have been having about something, kind of sort of in an open book, is going away. It's going away. So preparing for a new moon, and we have a new moon in Cancer on the 25th. What seed of courage is Aries preparing to plant in the new cycle? It's like you're planting seeds that you want to grow. You want to make sure you're in fertile soil. You want to make sure your proper water, clean water. That's your moon sign. It's getting the proper water, air, fire, which would be the sunlight. Um, Getting your rest, right? Balanced out. But yeah, somebody is inspired. Somebody is inspired to pray and meditate. Somebody's tapped into their gift of telepathy. You made a lot of sacrifices. So that's what I'm seeing before you moving forward. Let's close it out. I'm seeing for you moving forward. So cycle is over. Getting a lot of spiritual downloads. Deep breathing. Someone's weight is also changing as well. Yeah, someone's weight is changing. I don't know who that part is for either. Something tied to your deep breathing is helping someone to let's see. Yeah, so somebody's clearing their energy and there's signs all around you. So somebody could be like their sage, right? Like using some sage to just kind of clear their energetic field, and there's signs, instincts, or messages from the inner divine. What was the other cards here? Somebody could have also familiar spirits around them talking about flying or pilot lessons or pilot, something like that. 'Cause I'm looking at Ace and 7 of Wands here as well. Somebody's taking a deep breath when it comes to some things. Yeah. Somebody's just paying attention to the wrong things. Soul awakening. You are quite irresistible when your mind and heart pulse in the same rhythm. Why spend your days fighting yourself? You have better things to do. Yeah. Instant manifestation. Soul and mind working together create a dream in your heart. You have nothing to lose. You carry the dream. Your intention is pure. Be ready to receive. Right? Whatever you wish. When you lessen the importance of problems and suffering, life will swing back into balance. Stop the struggle and feel the peace. The world responds to you. Don't give up. It's okay that things don't always feel easy and effortless. Some of the best moments in life happen during and after hard times. Keep believing. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then rejuvenate yourself. Know your limits and allow them to guide you. Limitations can teach you to take better care of yourself and have full permission to rest and say no. And then it's coming. Yeah. Somebody was, see this backpack right here, this hiking backpack right here? Somebody was literally carrying everybody on their back. Like, instead of people praying for people, I feel like people had no idea that you were carrying, like literally carrying family members and so-called friends on your back, like in the physical realm. When we talk about auric layer, in the solar plexus auric layer, like physically carrying people on your back. Somebody may have even had back problems for real. When you're carrying people on your back, that is not a high vibrating Aries at all. It's not. That's a low vibrating Aries. It feel like, okay, I gotta always, put on a super Aries cape and gotta go race to everybody's knees. I gotta go jump in the Batmobile, Batman or Batwoman mobile, and I gotta go pedal to the metal, fly into everybody's house, and I gotta go save the day. Got to pick up the phone and call everybody, find out, sit on the phone, and I gotta, in my ear gate and eye gate, absorb everybody else's issues and problems. No, I can pray for you, and I'm gonna roll on over and relax, watch a television show, whatever you want to do for you. Prayers will reach, or whatever your spiritual beliefs are. But somebody is starting to do things for themselves. See, this person out here is out in the woods. This person is out here absorbing that good land, just absorbing, just being out in nature, right? Doing what you need to do for you. There are going to be some people in this new moon, and in this last quarter moon in Aries, or this waning crescent moon in Aries. There are going to be some people they're so used to you carrying them on your back that they're going to think that you're being selfish. It is not selfish. It's a form of self-care. Because they're so used to them, you carrying them on your back, they're gonna look at you like you got an eyeball in the middle of your head. It is not that. They're gonna be so used to you got them in your car. They're not giving you gas money. It don't matter how much money you have. It's just the principle. They haven't given you gas money. They haven't given you money to get the wear and tear in your car. They're not thinking about any of that. All they're thinking about is whatever. So they ain't think about none of that. Whatever anxiety that you may have been thinking, feeling, yeah. So two things are closed out. Two things are closed out. Cycle is over. Cycle is over. So your soul is awakening. You're clearing the energy field. Clearing the energy field. Some energies have given you some ideas. You're closing out a cycle and you're moving on. So divine abundance. So you were born to align with love's will and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. Yeah. Be abundance. Be abundance and not chase it. Money is coming to someone, but the source is saying to you, money doesn't always come back in the form of the way that you think it's going to come back to you. So let's say you've given people rides and you're looking for gas money or, wear and tear in your car money to come back from the same energy you may have given it to. It may not come back to you in that form. It comes back in different ways, though. It comes back to you in different ways. If you're sitting there waiting for it to come back from a manager that didn't give you a raise or whatever, Source can give you something greater times 3, times 4, times 10 in other ways. And you're just like, okay, I'm going to close out a cycle. It's going to come back to me in other ways that you never even thought of, dreamed, or even imagined. So that's why you're getting spiritual downloads. So it's like, don't be foolish and tie something to any other energy's karma, whoever's karma. So yeah. I feel like somebody has something about somebody's childhood friends. Somebody is ending something with a childhood friend. Or maybe 2 friends. Anyway, but that's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful, and I will see. I think this is it. I was trying to see if there's any other. What else is something else in here? What else is in here, Source? What else is in this reading? What else? You and somebody have something in common. There's something deeper in this. What else? What else? What else? What else? Something that's tying you to somebody. Some kind of gossip. That's what the Page of Swords is. Hmm. 8 of Pentacles here. Because 8 is sort of like chaining you to something. Like, Pentacles is not just money, though. I see somebody has these ideas like multiple streams of income, though. Because you're getting all of these ideas about multiple streams of income, but you also inspire people to have multiple streams of income, right? What a lot of people don't understand is like when you're waiting for, let's say for instance, see a lot of people don't understand like let's say you worked a job before and you worked with, because this is another download I'm getting for somebody. Let's say you worked on a job and people have done their darndest to get you fired from a job, right? Which happens a lot. You can look at it 2 ways. You can look at it as like Source is the one that's because what the enemy meant for evil, Source will turn it around for your good. You can look at it as like, okay, and I don't want to drag this reading out too long. You can look at it as like, okay, Source is the one that allowed it to happen because it's your time to move on to bigger and better things. It may seem like it can seem like it is the worst possible time. Like, okay, oh my gosh, okay, it could have come out the worst time because you got some bills to pay, you got this and that. Because that's usually how it happens, right? But Source is trying to move you out of a comfort zone, right? So you always feel like you're scrambling, right? You're kind of scrambling, trying to pull it together, trying to, okay, I wish I had more time to do X, Y, and Z. And so something gets you to a point where you're like trying to pull together multiple streams of income, right? But source is not going to put more on you than you can handle. But you're keeping your vibrations high. So source will use energies who could be, operating from a lower place, like in your job or whatever. So to get you out of sort of a comfort zone. But looking at your cards here, something about your energy is almost like inspiring them to also think in terms of multiple streams of income, whether you realize it or not. How can I word this? Because even though Aries has this this kind of like childlike energy, and I'm saying this in the highest compliment, like you all have like this very youthful and not childlike, that youthful energy. No matter what your age is, Aries has like this youthful energy. Um, and it's very inspiring energy. Um, Source will move you out of a comfort zone, but it's just Mars. Mars is that's a tower card. For some of you all will fight it tooth and nail, like literally it'll come out like you're literally like swinging and fighting mad, and it'll just like come out like a blowtorch, mad at energies. Um, hmm. Yeah, here we have Page of Wands here. Because I feel like I remember sharing it, and I forgive me if it sounds like it's kind of all over the place. 'Cause I'm getting a lot of downloads in your reading here of like, kind of like how you all inspire people, but at the same time how Source will use people. Because I feel like somebody had a manager who worked super hard to get you fired or terminated from a job. Somebody from a job, but it actually moved you out of a comfort zone. But the way it just seemed like it was just chaotic. Something happened with somebody. It was just really chaotic. And it was almost like after somebody left a job, Aries, after you left a job, that person had some kind of an awakening. Like they really missed you. They felt their karma instantly. Like they missed you, like they miss somebody's sunny disposition. This is somebody's manager or leader or whoever, whatever their higher level position was, whatever the title was. Um, all I can kind of sort of see in the spirit realm is like somebody would kind of come in the office, kind of like this, like bouncy kind of, whether you're a man or woman, it doesn't really matter. It's just kind of like somebody come in like this, like sunny disposition. Like somebody would come in like this, energetic. That's the word I'm trying to look for. This is this energetic kind, like this kind of energy right here. It's something about the way you would dress to come in the office or something like that, was just almost like the person who would bring, if you're a woman, you'd be bringing the donuts, you'd bring the coffee. You know, the people that just pop up in Dunkin' Donuts, they come to have the big thing of coffee. I'm bringing in a big container of donuts or whatever and the coffee, and I'm bringing this for the office. If you're a guy, going above and beyond or whatever, want to make sure everybody got everything, and the team player, whatever, very high vibrational Aries or whatever. It was almost like whoever worked in a particular office, somebody was jealous. But this is a higher level energy in someone's office. But as soon as whoever wanted you out of the office, because it was like Source was saying, I'm promoting you to the next level. But this backpack here, was very telling of like how many energies you were carrying, right? Here we had the Page of Wands here, and just kind of like how shady energies were. And I'm looking at Page of Wands, Page of Swords here, which basically like it's just this childlike, youthful kind of spirit. Yeah, here the King of Wands here. So somebody is yeah. So you have kind of like the backing of of an ancestor here. Here the Three of Cups here. An ancestor is helping somebody with something. So like clear your energy, clear your space. Yeah, clear your energy, clear your space. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Three of Swords. Mm-hmm. Where's the oh, eight. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, that's what I have for you. That's what I have for you. I don't know how helpful it is for somebody, but the main thing